do it for like a bunch of different topics. And then at the same time, I'm gonna gather all of the signatures, emails, and start an email list. Right? And then do a bi-weekly newsletter. And then also have this giant fucking email list that we can use in politics. And then start collecting donations through the email list. And subscriptions through the email list. And I'm gonna throw an event. I'm gonna throw a big public event. And it's gonna be the Maha Walkathon. Make America healthy again walkathon. In Washington D.C. next summer. And use the money that we get from donations to basically put that together. And it's gonna be huge. So that's what I'm working on right now. I'm working on the website. I'm gonna be monetizing now online.
Yeah, that's great. If you have a website, you can also get Google ads up there. If you can monetize a YouTube channel with content, that's a huge accomplishment. I've been trying for years to get the required number of viewers and subscribers, and it's just not working. So if you do have it that has incredible engagement, the path to monetization is the goal and the absolute objective.
Yeah, I'm about to text you a link to it, and you should give it a follow. Check out some of the stuff that I do that gets high engagement. Most of it is like, do you support whatever, right? Like, do you support banning something? Do you support abolishing something? Do you support creating something? Do you support legalizing something, right? And those posts, bro, like, so much fucking engagement, it's crazy. Like, this one's got 57,000 likes.
Well, why don't you just have a GoFundMe?
Another one's got like 150,000.
You should have a GoFundMe, because that's technically just monetization. So set up a Patreon GoFundMe, and with every post, say, make America healthy now. Click the link below to help fund and contribute our organization, and start generating donations towards your registered towards your nonprofit or towards your organization. Because even your ex posts, do you support RFK? It's like, the engagement is incredible. So you should definitely have a Patreon or a GoFundMe set up. The baby registry is like another perfect example of monetization. But every post you put out from here on forth, don't waste your time unless there is a back-end monetization link available.
Right. You're right. Q, what's up, brother?
Salute to the room. How's everybody doing?
Hey, what's up, man?
What's happening?
Nothing. I just revealed my plans to the room to monetize online and at the same time throw a public event.
Sound like a plan?
Yeah.
Hey, did you look at the documents that I sent you? Oh, you got your baby registry.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm just putting together a baby registry for my friends and fans online that want to support us and get us something for the baby.
Are you ready against this?
Yeah.
You're gonna have the best of both worlds. You're gonna be complete.
Yeah. I'm complete. Yep. Yeah, I'm really
So,
excited.
Gus, I want to ask you, have you seen anything on the media that contradicts RFK's movements or his operation?
Yeah, I mean, the mainstream media is after him.
So are they lying?
Yeah, they're
Currently?
lying. Yeah.
So how do we know that they're not lying, showing us something that Trump is possibly not even saying? It's like the things that they showing Trump saying contradicts his original stance.
I don't know. I don't know. That's a hard question to answer.
What was your question?
John, want to try? I don't know. John's a big RFK supporter too, so.
I was looking at my phone. What did you ask?
Is the media showing things that that contradicts RFK's movement as far as what his original stance were versus what the media is saying that they're saying now? There's been a lot of switch-ups, a lot of change-ups on what the media is showing us versus what these people's operations were in the beginning.
Yeah, it's just the constant, never-ending hate street that they pump out. It's anti-scientific. I don't know. You got to watch the Kennedy Q&A with the Senate Democrats, with Senator Warren, Senator Bernie Sanders, Senator Wyden. These people
That's
are.
where he said we need new studies dealing with the medical industry.
There's never been studies.
Exactly.
So the vaccines, they don't even undergo placebo testing. I mean, I have an AP. I took AP Bio in high school. I'm not that intelligent, but at least that basic education gave me some grounding in scientific methodology and observations and predictions and hypotheses. And there's no science happening. It's just big pharma. Big pharma keep giving us Medicare, Medicaid. They want to shut up Kennedy. They want him silenced. They want his supporters silenced. They don't want Americans having any thought or input or any idea about what has been happening and the big pharma, Medicare, Medicaid, U.S. global takeover since 2000, since the year 2000. It's platform medicine. Every year you got to keep getting your updates to your new platform in your body. This is absolutely insane, has unintended consequences, is extremely dangerous for we the people. It is extremely dangerous because the United States of America is the people. That's it. All the land, all the buildings, all the banks, all your dollars, it means nothing. The people are all that matters. So the commander's intent with Donald Trump is save the babies. Save the babies, save the children. And that's what Kennedy is doing. He's forcing the senators who have tens of millions of dollars of big pharma money sitting in their bank accounts while they scream hyenas, jackals, banshees. These are the most dangerous and biggest liars amongst us. Senator Warren, Senator Bernie Sanders, they're all fakes. They're all frauds. They don't give a shit about your health. They don't care about science. All they care about is destroying Bobby Kennedy because they are deranged psychopaths. That's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it.
Yeah, he really opened my eyes when he made that statement during that hearing, that they need new studies, new science dealing with the medical industry. Come to find out, anything dealing with immune suppressors or medicines or vaccinations that's killing your immune system, then he's right. And the list of immunosuppressors, the medicines that causes autoimmune disease, man, that's a long fucking list of medicines, over-the-counter medicines, prescribed medicines that's under that umbrella. Immunosuppressors.
You just have to listen to their intonation, into their demeanor, into the way they communicate. If you communicate with love, you don't communicate like that. So leaders, if they're not communicating in love and strength and courage and bravery, that's what they sound like. They sound like screaming parasites, nothing but bought out big pharma whores, and they're owned by big pharma. And that's because Medicare, Medicaid is spending $4 trillion a year. The market cap of NVIDIA is $4 trillion a year. They spend one NVIDIA every year to keep us healthy. It's not keeping us healthy. It's making us sick. We're paying to poison ourselves. That's what's been going on the past 5 years.
Well, actually, I think it's longer than 5 years.
Oh yeah, 40 years.
Legal to heal people, or is it just treatment?
It's not treatment. It's poison. And for 40 years, we've been doing it. We've let runaway biopharmaceutical corporations and their supposed scientists create cures for everything under the sun, except for changing the diet at McDonald's. So we're just led by clown world people in a clown world. And it takes individuals like Augustus who can recognize a scam when they see one and call it out. And look who's the head of HHS, Bobby Kennedy, who's been vocal about this issue his whole career, about poisons, about pollution, about big pharma science and the lies, and all the parents who kept begging Kennedy, save us, help us, our children have autism, why? Help us. And finally, he's in a position to help. And big pharma, who funds every senator and every Republican, wants him shut down. They cast every dispersion in the book, but it's not sticking because he's a strong man.
%. Thank you, John. Brand, are you there?
Donald Trump is live talking about technology.
Yo, are you there, bro?
What's happening, my brother?
Yo, you live on TikTok?
Yeah, I'll be on TikTok these days, bro. Slapping and dashing, you know what I'm trying to say? I'm out here like Gordon Ramsay.
What's your account?
Go and say you a chicken sandwich. You know what I'm trying to say? Like slapping people up. Using my power gained here on these clubhouse streets to bring righteousness. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? But I've been on TikTok just loading up a little bit. It's actually kind of gangster, you know? And when you get onto the right panels, there was in a room just now about can white people and black people be friends? And it's hosted by a British black mixed-race guy, which is quite interesting. But I was just delivering some noble truths, you know. Again, it's always the establishment, never the people, but people always want to bring. Anyway, I don't want to bore you up, but
think I heard you say yesterday that you're thinking about kind of getting onto TikTok. I think that actually would be the best place, and you get money, bro. Like you get a little bit scratch, and which is always nice. Get yourself an Uber Eats for your troubles. Yeah. So I'm on TikTok as Red.
How many followers you got?
I've got just under 1,000. So I'm nothing. I've got like 937 or something like that. Yeah. Been in there for a few months, 2 months, 2.5. So.
How can I find you?
Anyway, find me, bro. Yeah. I'll type my name. It's hold on, let me type it in for you.
Yeah, Donald Trump's been talking about quantum AI technology and stuff like that.
Yeah, I got like 200 followers on there.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
2 days ago.
Wicked bet. I'll find you a wicked bet. That's crazy. Wicked. No, I'm gonna use bet. I bet. So yeah, I'll find. Just click that link. Follow me, and then we'll get it moving, bruv. You know. So yeah, Mike, I'll check your thing. ISIS. Where's ISIS? Yes, but what's today's topic though? Make America healthy again. See, I can't really get involved in this. This is one of those topics where I actually sit back and do what John was saying. Yeah, actually, by the way, this is yeah, like your guy, fucking champion of that election, like you can do that. So it's not 1 year, you know, our cases, that's easy 1.5. You know what I'm saying? Like easily. And I'll never forget that song. There it goes, I'm emotional. You see him coming to the stage. That's the guy. He's him. He's the person who's the thing that needs to happen in order for American teams to gain access to healthcare. Stop being greedy with these injections. So, I'm just going to sit this one out and make myself a cup of tea. But yeah, so you guys. Make it clap. You said something about quantum AI technology?
Yeah, Donald Trump is talking about it like AI and quantum technology and something about healing, and he's talking about it like.
Isn't that what Stephen Hawkins and a couple other people were trying to prevent? Telling that the merger of quantum computing and AI is the biggest mistake that they can make.
At first glance, it looks like a snake crawling underground. But this is the drilling head of a horizontal directional drilling machine. Instead of tearing up roads, it rotates through the soil, digging tunnels while keeping everything.
Like that was the biggest mistake, to merge quantum computing with AI. A couple people mentioned that.
Why?
I guess it would be unstoppable. I mean, if you think of what quantum computing systems are and what it consists of, that's all the way down to the subatomic level. It's a system, a network of systems, integration of things, all the way down to biomechanical, biometrics.
That would aid him. Keep in mind what we were just talking about earlier. He said this would help him aid and assist in invading over there in the Middle East.
Trump said that?
You never know, they're saying it on their live.
Man, come on. I could have swore he mentioned that he's not getting involved with Israel.
Look at him right now. The guy's helping him. They're speaking into it. He's in there. I'm telling you.
That's what I'm talking about with them.
Getting the aid and invading over there. Look what the humanitarian This is what the guy's talking about. And he's just standing there and he's like, okay, I guess go for it.
I'm about to go back to the other room and invite everybody over here. I'm about to close Minnesota room and tell them to come over here. But I'll be right back.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
He's talking about
See,
Israel and about freeing
That's
the
the thing.
hostages.
Didn't Trump say he wasn't getting involved over that? Now all of a sudden he's sending aid.
I'm telling you, it's about to get interesting.
Everybody's always so concerned about AI and quantum computing as if it's going to create some kind of, black hole or some type of new sentient organism. I just view it as a scam on the taxpayers. In Illinois, Pritzker gave hundreds of millions of billions of taxpayer dollars to build these quantum facilities. And I just think that it's really just another form of spam that unfortunately, we, the humans of this world, are really the end all be all of 60 billion years of evolution and the universe creating us, and all this stuff we're putting all this money into isn't housing, it isn't lower utility bills, it isn't lower property taxes, it isn't lower income taxes, it's nothing but taxes. And it's all in order to essentially build new technology to spam us, just in the same way that all the algorithms and all the platforms have controlled our minds and have created mind viruses and have degraded our bodies, made us less healthy. So I think the only thing we have to fear is fear itself.
You said that they were using millions of dollars for these facilities. They're actually building these humongous warehouses. I've delivered to several of them. They are building these warehouses. The network warehouses and another warehouse that's integrating technology. This warehouse is next to a biolab. They are putting these facilities in across the nation. That is going on.
Said something about Palestine and Israel, and this guy is. Am I fucking just looking at scripted shit, or they're just being role playing? But you should just read the shit that these individuals are saying over here. There's something about funding also NATO technologies, of course, like quantum AI, and they're talking about integrating into the submarines and the technology. He says they haven't done this, I guess, a 250-year anniversary ever since 1776. So this guy's talking. He's just sitting there, just standing there like a moron, like, bro. The tech professor, what do you call it? Tech prosperity deal. That's what it is.
What are you watching right now?
It's live. It's Donald Trump live, talking about that they're going to go with AI, quantum. They saying something about.
Whereabouts? Live where? Is it on Twitter or is it on?
He's on. Well, I see him live right now on Facebook because he's live. They're Fox News is broadcasting him.
Okay, cool. God, I wanted to give you that some AI video that's trying to sell you Bitcoin at the end of it. You know what I'm gonna say? This is the new content system that Elon Musk is switching on in 2 weeks. Give that shot.
People are laughing at him.
But yeah, okay,
bro.
And we're gonna find out.
No, they're not laughing in the Midwest. They are not.
No, I think it's just crazy how it's getting over there, like submarines and AI, quantum, all this shit, and then talk about Palestine, then giving them more advanced technology to go invade all these other lands. Oh, God.
That's been going on for years. Many, many, many years.
Hey, Joe B, thanks, by the way, for the campaign donation. I got it in the mail. God bless you. I saved your little Post-it note as a reminder. Thanks, Joe B.
Well, groovy. Congrats. Even though you go crazy on here, I'd rather have crazy than stupid.
That was really sweet of you.
I guess that you should put more like diapers and more stuff on the baby registry. I'm about to buy some stuff.
Thank you.
He has a baby on the way.
Augustus, you didn't tell your godmother the hell?
I just got back online. Don't kill me, but yeah. So we got married. Me and Stephanie got married. We met on the RFK Jr. campaign and fell in love, and then we got married shortly after the campaign was over, and we got a honeymoon baby on the way. So he's due December 14th, and yeah, she's like 7 months pregnant. And I just put the baby registry up at the top because a lot of our friends and folks here on Clubhouse and on X Spaces have been asking how can they get us a gift. So I put the baby registry up at the top. Somebody recommended that I do that in this room because they buy something. And yeah, we really appreciate it.
You should put the things big and small on there. Also, I don't know if you got a bottle warmer. I'm just throwing some things out there like a bottle warmer. If you need like a rocking chair or a crib, I think you should put the big and the small things on there. Also, you're gonna need a whole fucking lot of diapers. So you probably should put some newborn diapers in there. Big boxes of wipes. You can't really have enough bibs, the washcloths, like the packs of onesies, get the all white onesies or whatever. What else? I think you got a lot of other stuff. If you want to get room decorations, you can put all your stuff in the baby registry. And just every time you open your room, tell everybody, you know, if they want to get something for your baby that you got on the way, that they can click the link at the top. So, yeah.
I just told my wife to add that to the diapers and the wipes. The big stuff, though, we got all that stuff already. We already got everything. But, yeah, we just picked out, like, some fun stuff. Go ahead.
Sweet, congrats. I'm so happy for you. I am overwhelmed. I'm so happy. God bless it. So wonderful, Augustus. And I'm going to go on that. And thank you, Ryan. Jeez, thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. He talked to me and let me know he a first-time parent, so I just be throwing stuff out there for him. I definitely feel like, you know, you're not going to be able to have enough diapers, wipes, bibs, the washcloths, the onesies. Like, get a pack of onesies, like the multi-packs of onesies, that's good to have.
Different size of diapers, different sizes.
Yeah, different sizes, not just newborns. Some kids don't even wear the newborns at all. They be too big for the newborns when they born. And if you sturdy diapers, like, I don't know, some people got stuff against it. For my daughter, I had Pampers at first when she was first one, but they didn't hold up eventually, so I put her in Huggies. Huggies was the best diapers that held up or whatever. I remember that I was low on money and got some fucking Loves. Those were the worst diapers at all. Like, oh my God.
You should put stuff on there for her too, for your wife too. You know, she'll need things if she's breastfeeding, whatever. She'll need things too, or comfort things, or maybe you, or whatever associated with that too. You guys are going to need things, you know. So do that too. I'll support all that stuff. I love this. This is wonderful.
And for her too, Augustus, keep in mind, apart from your child, she's going to need some stuff for herself.
I just texted her that. I just said, can you add diapers and wipes to the registry and anything for you want? So.
Because she's going to keep in mind the mother also needs a lot. Her gowns, maybe slippers, stuff for her mother, you know, due to that you know, the baby. You know, she also needs care for her. So there's going to be stuff that she's going to need for her also.
Aromatherapy good, like lavender scents and stuff like that too.
No, lavender. You gotta be careful with lavender. It can trigger epilepsy. I don't know if you've been into bottle of breastfeed, but you could pump the breast milk in, introduce it into a bottle to alleviate the separation anxiety that mother and child will get. But may I recommend if you go bottle route, glass. You thank me later. Do not use plastic. Use glass bottle.
Yeah, we got glass bottles too. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, my wife, she's like a holistic type person. She's a Maha type person, make America healthy again type person, and she's all about it. So, Miss Dawn, right? We're about to name him after me.
Yeah.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah. So he's gonna be named Augustus Jr. So I'm gonna call him AJ for short until he wants to be Augustus too. Yeah, I thought you would like that, bro.
I love it.
Shout out to you, my brother. Bringing another one into the fold.
Yeah,
I thought you comes with Augusta.
That is what you're the starting this whole thing. My father is alive. He's 87. There's a force, and he has experienced this joy of his great grandson and all this. It's beautiful. So you're just beginning this journey. It's a beautiful thing to see this. So I'm so happy for you. I'm telling you, he's going to be complete.
I might have to call my son Augustus, I never thought about that. I might have to continue the legacy. You continue on the Caucasian side. I'll do the sort of. I hate these terms, Caucasian, Negro, what the fuck. But you know what I'm gonna say? You do it on the white Augustus side, I'll do it on the black Augustus side. Okay?
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah. Let's fucking go.
Let's fucking go, bro. Shout out to you, Dawn. It's been some time. Still waiting on my tequila.
As you can see in my PTR, I mixed it up.
Let me see. You with your daughter?
Yep. I'll try to find one of my grandson who's got the black mix. So we're a rainbow family.
That's cool. Yo, my video editor just sent me a video for today's post. So let me review this. I'm gonna go on mute. You guys chat.
You're a rainbow family, Joe, because Skittles says yellow 6, red 5, and Bobby Kennedy's getting those food dye colors out of our.
You know what I mean. Cute though.
Oh my God, I'm so happy. Oh.
That link above and help Stephanie and Augustus wardrobe their baby, everybody.
Yes, this is fun. I love doing this stuff. It's so fun. Raisha, thank you. God, that's so cool. Oh
No
my
problem.
God.
I just bought one thing. I'll buy some more stuff as the time go on and y'all put more stuff up there.
Yeah, that's a good point. Oh my God, thank you.
Something I learned throughout my kids' life about expensive cribs, and they probably slept in that crib 3 times.
For me, I had one of the cribs that turned into a pack and play. You could change it, and I had a bassinet. No, I'm not gonna lie. When I first I had the bassinet that was right by the bed, and she did use that. Now, the crib, I never really used it, but when I busted down and turned into a pack and play, like, she actually did use that. But the crib, she never really slept in the crib too much. Like,
$300-400 cribs, and they only use it 3 times. Come on, man.
yeah, the only crib that's worth worth it, in my personal opinion, is if you get the one that transitioned into a pocket play eventually. Like, you could basically, take it apart and redo it and it turn into a pocket play. But, yeah, some people do be scared to put their kids, like, right beside the bed or in the bed with them, so it depends, Q. Some people use their cribs. I don't know.
We raised our granddaughters, we put them right in the bed. I don't know, it was like this safety thing. We wanted them near, Oh my God, it was such a joy. It was beautiful.
Okay, I just reviewed the content. I had requested some small changes from my editor. If you guys aren't following me on Instagram, I'll put the link to my Instagram in the chat. It's a RFK Maha Instagram. And he's the biggest one out there besides his own, right? So I put a lot of effort into it. If you guys want to follow it, that would be great. I just put it in the chat. What's gay?
Good morning.
So yeah, man, there's like a lot of crazy shit going down, a lot of crazy shit going down in the Maha movement. Just last week, newly released emails reveal Dr. Fauci instructed NIH employees to destroy federal records in an attempt to conceal key information from Congress and their COVID investigation. There's that. To highlight some Make America Healthy Again wins, there's been 900 Maha-aligned measures and legislation introduced nationwide. 56 big food commitments to remove food dyes, and 34 states adopt Maha legislation. So,
Augustus, what region do you represent?
I'm in Washington, D.C.
Well, I'm in Chicago area. Maybe we should talk.
Okay. 100%.
So what's going on in DC that the media isn't showing?
That people like the fact that the National Guard is here.
I came across some information that they're not just cleaning up parks and cleaning up graffiti off the walls. They're actually in operation of, getting deportees. They're actually out there arresting and deporting people.
The individual from Israel is speaking, and he's verifying the assassination of Charlie, and he's in there speaking about it. So he just addressed it. He said Joseph Goebbels' Nazi programming minister said that the bigger lie, faster that it was spread, somebody fabricated monster big lie. And he says that Israel had something to do with Charlie Clark's horrific murder. It's like, this is insane, false. It is outrageous. Charlie Clark was a giant, a once in a century talent who defended freedom, defended America, defended our common Judeo-Christian civilization. Charlie loved Israel. He loved a Jewish people. He told me that it is in the letter that he sent me a few days ago. Greatest Jewish.
I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. Because the truth is that The truth is that there's been multiple reports of people close to Charlie that he in the past month actually, turned down $150 million offer from Bibi Netanyahu.
Mm-hmm.
He turned down a visit to Israel. I don't even want to go there right now. I mean, this is about RFK. This is about making America healthy again. This isn't about Charlie Kirk. This isn't about Israel. Honestly, I'm sick and tired of talking about Charlie. I mean, I love Charlie. I am Charlie Kirk. But the shit has got me so fucking depressed the past week that I do not want to talk about it anymore. I just don't about it. It's got me in a bad mindset. And I would rather talk about positive things, right now. And I know that's fucked up to say, but it's true. So it is what it is.
It's depressing, right?
It is, dude. Thank you. Thank you.
I sent you a message in your back channel, Augustus.
Okay. Great. Thank you.
So do you have names to pick out?
Yeah, we're going to name him Augustus Jr.
Oh, sorry, I think you said that.
What's the
I
due
didn't
date?
read it.
It's all good.
What's the due date?
December 14th.
Oh, dope.
I think he might be about 2 weeks late and born on January 2nd. I'm just saying.
Just in time before the oh, that's so nice. Holiday baby.
I'd like to read a poem to the room, if I may, because, as Augustus said, Charlie Kirk's murder has caused a lot of emotional turbulence in the force. I hope you enjoy this poem. Many of you may have heard it. It's Invictus by William Ernest Henley. So this is a meditation. Just take the deepest breath of the day. Out of the night that covers me, black as the pit, from pole to pole, I thank whatever gods may be for my unconquerable soul. In the fell clutch of circumstance, I have not winced nor cried aloud. Under the bludgeonings of chance, my head is bloody but unbowed. Beyond this place of wrath and tears looms but the horror of the shade, and yet the menace of the years finds and shall find me unafraid. It matters not how straight the gate, how charged with punishments the scroll. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul.
Keep it up, John. I agree with KK.
John, I truly appreciate this version of you. The reading of the poems, the scripture. Thank you, sir. This is what I like about you.
Same. And when he goes and talks about RFK Jr., it's so passionate, bro. Like, he's a real supporter. And, as somebody who's dedicated their lives through RFK Jr.'s movement, I just really appreciate John's enthusiasm and passion for everything that is a part of our agenda, right? So, yeah, thank you, bro. Thank you for your support. The other night I was with RFK Jr. on Monday night. I was with him, Dr. Oz, Dr. Robert Malone, Dr. Eric Berg, Russell Brand, and a bunch of big hitters. And wow, what a room to be in. I mean, it was very intimate. It was a very small room. And we were talking shop, man. Like, it was heavy. Basically, you know, we got into a conversation about the technology of war and winning this war that we find ourselves in without violence, without firing any bullets, but with our ideas, with our content, with our talents. I gotta review this new piece that just came in.
Whether you were kind of in the matrix, sir, you might want to repeat that while Augustus reviewing something. We didn't hear you.
Now?
Much better, thank you.
Well, I was saying technocracy is supposed to be the new arms race.
Define that, please.
That goes with correlates with what Augustus was just saying. How they're conducting wars without having to use any bullets or anything. Technocracy. They're using technocracy to locate people that are a part of this global spy network, possibly.
For us simpletons, that would be mind games.
Well, I mean, from this current news media broadcasting versus what was said in the beginning of their campaign, I mean, it's already started. You know, the media might be controlled by AI at this point, from my observation.
You know AI is driven by man, right?
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, but not when it's left alone.
It doesn't go anywhere.
Is someone from New York here?
What?
Is someone from New York? I'm sorry, I'm just randomly asking you some questions because I will be traveling this tomorrow to New York. This is the first time I will be arriving at JFK Airport. I don't know. Just asking you, are you guys from New York? So if someone is from New York, and my question is it when you arrive at 11 p.m., is it really true that you have a lot of traffic over there, so you come somewhere in the city if you go with the cab?
Why would you want to know if it is for a lot of people? Is it because
I'm not familiar in there, so this is the first time that I'm traveling to the United States, so it's quite.
When you go into the city that never sleeps.
How long does it take from JFK to the city? How does it take it can take it from 1 hour to 3 hours? Is it true?
I don't know. How long from JFK to the city? I'm not sure. Anyone know that?
I mean, it depends on the way you get there. If you're driving a taxi, sometimes those taxi drivers will elongate the trip.
Okay. So taking the cab. What about which where should I stay best? So, look, I don't want to face some trouble or something.
Hey, bro. suggest you use ChatGPT. ChatGPT everything. I want to go to New York. How far from airport to the hotel? Asking to make a plan for you. Everything is in it.
Yeah, I know. But I mean, which controllers? Look, I don't want to have problems.
Nobody here is from New York, bro. Nobody's from New York that would have said something like that.
Okay. Got it. Sorry, guys. Just interrupted you. I'll be quiet.
Kuat, I just put a link in the chat for the JFK airport, from the airport public transportation into the city. So it'll tell you your options as far as bus or train. But you're flying into JFK, correct?
Yes, I'll be around.
Yeah. Well, there's the public information, so it's in the chat.
Okay, thank you. Let's bring them. Okay. Perfect. Okay, thank you.
So, KK, you put a definition of technocracy, what Q Weather was talking about, the government or control of society or industry by an elite of technical experts. So I believe that's not only it's either happening now or it's going to happen very soon. That's our path.
Well, don't you think it's already happening as far as the reliance on what we're all holding in our hand, the reliance on internet, the reliance on GPS to get to where we go and where we don't go? Like, maps are gone, paper maps are gone. You couldn't find a young adult today that knows how to read a regular paper map, right? Then you have social media. They're able to control the algorithms on what they would like to see, they didn't see. And even during Meta confirmed and acknowledged that the Biden administration pressured them, the FBI pressured them to subdue certain information, but then project others, minimize voices as well. So I think we're already doing it, but it's become so normalized within our American society and culture that we don't question it. We're like, oh, that's just kind of how it is, right? So I think we're already in the midst of it, and people are just only waking up to the impact that it can have, not just politically, but as far as your health, everything. I mean, I looked up one thing about an orchid on Instagram, and I got 15 different ads for orchid mix, plant bugs, everything that you want to. I'm like, I looked up one page, and that's where we are. So, I mean, they are literally controlling your mind.
I put a link in the chat. World Government Forum Summit 2018. This new artificial intelligence called hybrid intelligence. It gives a layout on its trajectory, what it wants to be, how it wants to interact without using devices, using the medical industry. Very interesting.
And that will be putting something in our bodies, tracking. There you go. Yeah, putting stuff in our bodies to identify us, our pay systems, everything, our socials, everything associated with that.
It goes into great detail on what it wants to be as far as the new master, our new government. It's an interesting video. It's in the chat.
Also, think about, there's only 2 countries in the world that allow consumers to see medical prescription medications on paid advertising on their TV. Only 2 countries in the world. And I think that was one of the Maha agenda points, is they were going to eliminate that, which means a lot of dollars are going to disappear from, the big legacy media outlets for sure. But, think about that control. Constantly seeing a prescription for there, and everyone's so happy and go lucky, and it's going to make it better. It just kind of puts in our brain subliminally that medication should be normalized and everyone should be going onto it, instead of saying, what lifestyle adjustments can I make to control or to minimize the adverse effects of the choices that I'm making, or the pollutants that I'm putting in my body, the pollutants that are in my environment as well. It's like they're doing it within our medical field too. So I would love to hear from Augustus as far as what is the actual stance on and the timeline of removing ads for medication on our TV screens, which I think would be a healthy thing to do.
Right. I mean, the problem with that is that they're protected under the First Amendment, under free speech. So there was an executive order signed that they're going to basically start to look at the specific different medications that are being promoted on TV, and some of them will be removed, but all in all, this is like an issue that could go all the way up to the Supreme Court because it's protected under the First Amendment.
Then later on down the line, those medicines that are being broadcasted nationwide just so happen to go through a class action lawsuit for the side effects.
So I think that's what they were saying, is that they will allow the advertisement, that you have to give full disclosure on the adverse effects of it, which would be, and many times, 4 minutes long. Understanding the price of actual ad space, that would be very expensive for medical advertisers.
That's right.
But don't you think it's interesting that there's only 2 countries in the world that allows this? And I thought, John, what you wrote in the chat was very interesting about NLP. Very interesting.
There's already a vaccine victims U.S. fund. This is what I researched during the pandemic. There's already a United States of America vaccine fund for vaccine victims to compensate them because so many children do have severe injuries from these vaccines. There's already that fund in place, but it's not for COVID-19. So Kennedy, I believe, is trying to rip away the indemnity that was given to them during the national emergency for COVID-19. And in terms of deceptive advertising practices, I've worked in digital advertising for 20 years. It's everywhere. Facebook and Google are the biggest purveyors of scams on the planet. It's called deceptive advertising, clickbait. It's called. There's so many ways to label scams and frauds, but the United States government, the Federal Trade Commission, constantly brings down deceptive advertisers who make wild, outrageous claims. And the wild, outrageous claims of the COVID-19 vaccines is that it will prevent you from getting COVID and it'll prevent transmission. Those were deceptive claims made by Fauci, by all mainstream media. The morning show, sponsored by Pfizer, get your vaccine today. Joe Biden
say that it would heal you.
Exactly. When the government makes the claims, it's not deceptive or illegal because they're the government. So we don't just have a big pharma problem. We have a government problem. This means employees and elected people in government are the problem. We live in clown world, and this is a war. Don't make no mistake about it. This is about yourself, meaning that your brain and many people on this app are completely co-opted by the narrative. And the only real truth in the law is when you break the seal of violence, now we got a bigger problem. But the truth is the war for your mind starts at the advertising level. There's publishers and there are advertisers and there are consumers. And so if you want to liberate yourself from the system, all you have to do is click that link above and buy little Augustus II a little baby onesie. So Stephanie doesn't have to fork out that $20 to get that new outfit, everybody. And don't forget to look at the green and the blue options, beautiful color patterns, manufactured in China, of course, but that baby, Augustus II, is going to love that outfit.
So if I could just jump in, guys, can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm old enough to know that it used to be illegal for drug companies to sell, advertise on television anywhere. And Bill Clinton, that era changed that, where he allowed that or signed off on a congressional to allow for that. So that all started in the late 90s. But prior to that, it was illegal. So I don't know if people know that story, but that is the truth. And we're all beating around the bush here on the technocracy. And there's an alignment in our current government right now that's deeply concerning to me, and I've been railing on this for over a year now, and some of you ain't gonna like it. But the unholy alliance between Elon Musk and Palantir is gravely. I don't know if people want to talk about that, but so Elon's grandparents, I don't know if you've done a deep dive on Elon. His grandparents were Canadian, one pair of them, and they belonged to a political party in Canada in the 1940s. You guys aware of this?
Vaguely.
Say it again.
It's called Elon's grandparents belonged to a political party called the Technate Party of Canada. Technate. N-A-T-E. Okay? And this Technate Party, we're talking 92 of the pillars on their platform were, believe it or not, having a social credit score using technology. Okay? Social ID, the whole fucking thing. This is 1940. The other part of the platform was a unification or annexation of Greenland and Canada to the United States. So if you all just thought, holy shit, yeah, what a great idea. Strategically, it makes sense to have Greenland and we'll make Canada. There's a methodology behind this. It's not just random. Trump said, hey, we need Greenland. This was Elon Musk driving this. This party's almost 100 years old. Party was outlawed in Canada. Then they went to South Africa, his grandparents. All right. And now we have Palantir literally taking over all the data that the government acquires. And then some. And then using AI to have predictive programming or predictive pre-crime, predictive, and this is where Maha jumps in, and I'm not bashing it, but he talked about wearables. Need wearables is if you want to track people's health, and the platform that they use. It's very disturbing.
Well,
That's where Tesla beds come into play.
These people won't live forever. No one does. You can't swap out organs like they say that Z and Putin were talking about and live forever. Everyone's going to the same place through the same door, and we all came from the same place and from the same door. So I would, again, just encourage everybody in the Make America Healthy Again room to remember the wise words of Franklin Delano Roosevelt when he said the only thing you have to fear is fear itself. So a lot of these things will turn in on themselves, meaning like Zuckerberg's glasses AI, failure at his recent demo. But the truth is, we need more transparency. And if everybody was transparent, there'd be a lot less crime. No one knows what the future has in store, but today is how you can start making yourself healthy again. Go touch grass. That means go for a walk. Take 10 deep breaths. I have a little ring finger clicker, and every time I take a deep breath, I click it and I count how many deep breaths I'm taking today, because our breath is life. And breath will help you focus. And focusing and determining your priorities is how you can personally achieve self-governance and personal responsibility and self-reliance, because our solutions aren't going to come from the government. The government only creates problems. But you as an individual, if you can make your life better by solving all your little micro problems, then you can start working on bigger problems, like clicking that link above and buying a cute little baby onesie for Augustus II.
Yeah, I think that's a good point, John, but also I think what Michael is saying, that if we're not aware of what to look for, then we fall right into it. And so awareness and the ability to be aware in order for us to fight back and stop it, right, is important, because we know their goal, they can't live forever. However, the goal is transhumanism, right? That is the goal, because they've been freezing bodies since I was a child, cryogenics. So I knew that at a very early age. So, and people are still, that's a conspiracy theory, and that's not.
Well,
So
Dawn,
it's important for people to know.
Dawn, awareness is ultimately important, but what happens when you put honey and chocolate on a turd? It's still a turd. So all communication is hypnosis. Just know that. Don't believe the lies, Dawn. The lies are going to just drive you wild. They'll never. No one's going to live forever, and there's nothing new under the sun. Everything that is has already been. These supposed technocrats who are supposedly the richest amongst us and supposedly the most intelligent, they don't believe their own shit, Dawn. They know they're full of shit. They know it's a surveillance state. Meta, Google, all these wearable devices. I hate to say it, but even Bobby Kennedy's, who believes in, health diagnostic wearables and tracking, maybe it can be helpful. I'm optimistic because data is important. Most people are unconscious about what they're doing to their bodies every day. Many people go to McDonald's, they don't even know they're in McDonald's. Many people have a giant Snickers bar and a slushie at 7-Eleven, and they call that fruit and vegetables. Okay, Dawn? Most people are, as you pointed, unaware of even what they're doing. So awareness is very important. That's why you all need to click that link above and buy a cute little baby onesie for Augustus II, Stephanie and Augustus. Remember, all communication is hypnosis. Click that link above right now. Take that little digit. Click. Now click add to cart. Now click checkout.
Jesus.
Hey, the wearables is tied to compliance. You all know that. Meaning the doctor's going to get a notification that you missed your dose.
You mean Nurse Ratchet?
Who's gonna benefit from that?
Time to take your medication. Time to take your medication. Time to take your medication.
They're going to shut down your payment system.
Time to take your vaccination. Time to take your vaccination.
Ding, ding, ding. Somebody says time to take my medication.
Alert, alert, alert. Alert, alert, alert.
I forgot to smoke my blood. I almost forgot.
You have not taken your 14th COVID vaccination.
Actually, if y'all watch that video on that summit, the wearables is not going to even be needed. Based off of what this thing said, it's going to integrate with you where you can interact with it without any device. It's going to be your new master. Units of measurement. Quantum is unit of measurement at the subatomic level.
They're already in I forget which countries, but this was like a year or two ago. They're already putting pay devices in people's hands already. That's crazy.
Well, come to find out, the spike protein was exactly that. It's a technology. So they're saying that they're treating you for a spike protein, but they're injecting you with the spike protein, which is a technology.
So you got to treat a spike protein with a spike protein. That's kind of like saying, we're going to cut spending by borrowing and spending more. That's what they do. They say one thing and they do the other. It's humiliation hypnosis. You have to really track these people. So on my laptop downstairs, I have clips from 2020. I recorded the shit out of Facebook and YouTube and everything they were pumping to us and feeding us in terms of lies and propaganda. Fauci, if his lips are moving, that fucking snake is lying. That man has to hide his face now. He can't even be seen in public. People are so pissed at that fucking liar. So remember the ancient wise American saying, and you will never, ever be lied to again. It goes like this. If you can say it, it is not true. That's what the ancient people of North America said. And remember, if you can say it, it is not true. It may be a paradox because I'm saying it, but I'm repeating it from what's called a book, everybody. I'm in a book club. And in my book club, we only study wisdom texts. And let me give you another one. The more you think, the more you speak, the further from the truth you're going to get. That is the essence of the advertising industry. Back in the 1860s, the snake oil salesman of the West who tried to cure your tuberculosis with a bottle of a Malort and some food color dye, that was what originally this deceptive advertising in the medical industrial complex deals with. Making false claims about how you can improve your health, protect your health, or protect the health of other people. That's what they lied to us about in March of 2020. Every single one of them. I have hundreds of Congress people going before we the people in Congress, lying nonstop, voting for the HEROES Act, the CARES Act, and they all wore masks when they did it. They had to mask up and lie about it. They didn't even want to show their faces. That's how you know how humiliated they were about what they were doing, borrowing trillions of dollars for you so Pfizer could get, all the money, Moderna, J&J, et cetera, hundreds of billions of dollars, trillions of dollars, all lies, borrowing and spending for you that you now owe. The individual tax, every American used to owe $100,000. Now we all owe $400,000 individually. You don't have a retirement. You have a $400,000 debt you got to start working off. So understand your real perspective or your real position relative to everybody else who made millions of dollars off of COVID-19, billions of dollars. Many people made more money from the COVID-19 congressional and Federal Reserve response than at any time in human history. There's a lot of people walking around that made a lot of money and went on a lot of President Club trips because sales had never been better.
It's the control system. The control system. I'll let you go.
That statement you made, if you could say it, it's a lie. That's a message, man. That's almost like the Indian Removal Act happened in 1830. That's when they prevented people from sharing their history. A lot of history was erased. Then you get another set of information that's allowed while they abolish other people's information on their history. You take on the job with waiting. That was a real interesting statement. If it's a lie, if you can say it, like if it's allowed for you to say it while they're abolishing everything else as far as information is concerned. Yeah, that's deep.
It's never been a secret that after the 70s, America decided to poison its own citizens. The only place where poison is actually profitable is in the United States of America. Monsanto, #1 chemical company, started as a chemical company, is now almost your #2 or #3 food producer. Bill Gates, the great Bill Gates, is probably your #3 food producer. So it is what it is. But Augustus, be careful who you mod.
They're bringing their
I don't know if you can
behaviors
see us
from
now,
other rooms
but
over
if
here,
heaven has a window,
and they
I sure
try to
hope
make
you're
your
looking
room a
down.
vacuum
Cause
chamber
we
where
ain't going
people
quiet,
cannot
we
speak
gon'
their
scream
mind.
your name loud
So be
and you're
very
gone.
careful
But I
with
swear to God that we gon' make you proud. We ain't backing off or giving up. You talking. They may have trouble soldier, but that man had an army. This is far more deep than some political parties. And you can't kill freedom, so this one's
I
for
respect
Charlie.
it to the utmost, but you got to understand that there's a culture going around Clubhouse that when they don't agree with what you say, they try to shut you down, and that has never been a culture in the preservation of the human race. Ever.
I think it was that girl that was like crying.
That Alyssa girl, and she talk about all the she got elected by the Illuminati.
Her saying all types
I don't
of
cry
crazy
over
shit.
spilled milk, but I'm just telling you that you're holding the fort of the free world in this room in Clubhouse, because no other place allows you to speak your mind. Every place in this place, with no exceptions, is a vacuum chamber.
Yeah, she said all this shit, like, I don't know why I'm hated, blah, blah, blah. I never asked for my badge, but...
TBI, don't worry about it. No, I just want to let you, I want to be aware of that. I don't want to take it.
And then
you get kicked out. Forget about that. It doesn't matter. Is anybody watching the new rectum that they're opening for Cash Patel in Congress?
Yeah, I saw that.
Yo, that shit.
The new what?
I didn't want to say asshole.
The new asshole.
I didn't want to say asshole. I said rectum. I try to be respectful in this room because I'm trying to hold the fort of the last room that has any respect in this whole thing. Because there's people that are here that do not let you speak your mind. And I don't know if you know me, but ever since you heard me over this app, I've been speaking my mind however I can. And I've always been the same person, and I will never stop being this person. Ever. I don't compromise my integrity for nothing.
And you ain't supposed to. Salute.
Yeah, that's why I would like you so much.
But check this out. The statement on topic. My brother, ever since the 70s, we went from 3-4 ingredients to everything to 15, 16, 17 ingredients. Ingredients that don't even matter. The red nines, the high fructose corn syrups, all these funny names that you can't pronounce. Why is it in our food?
I would say that started before the 70s. The poisoning started when they started injecting people with so-called vaccines. Virus was something that had the word virus was something that either you took or something that had to be injected in. That's the etymology of the word virus. Slimy substance, snake poisoning, snake venom and poisoning. That's what the word virus used to mean. And this current medical infrastructure, now they're saying this is something that the body naturally produces. That's bullshit.
Well, isn't that just the way that, so if they're trying to poison everything, right? And it's like they have the poison and they supposedly have the cure. So they want to benefit one. It's like, what do you get out of it? First, you have the innovation of technology, tracking and surveillance. And then do this intentionally to humanity, right? You know, like sabotage and say, we have all these med beds, we got all this shit, and profit from all that. So you wouldn't be able to
create the problem, then profit from the solution that they already made. And then the solution is what's really taking you out.
And it's not just here in the United States, they're doing it everywhere. It's just that you don't see it. Of course, the media doesn't, show it, but it actually is. It's just done differently. You know, it filtrates whatever it is over there, and then they come and do it over here. It's just a back and forth, but it's all going to be a whole fucking network. And I agree, like, if he was sitting there announcing earlier, going with AI and having that quantum, right? So that would explain all that shit, quantum healing, and then that would explain, Tesla's med beds that they already have. So that's interesting. Whatever all these high-tech individuals that biotech, all that shit, they're literally got together and say, how can we all benefit around the world and make it into that one new system that would fit in all the categories? Monetize, control your money, your sickness, the health organization, like everything that you know worldwide would be able to benefit. It's a new system. The old system's crashing, so they're trying to profit from this. But that means if they control that, keep in mind, if these individuals don't watch their business and things, if they have it already controlled by that opposition, then they can shut all these and make themselves the top individuals if they wanted to, because they literally put everything everywhere. So it's sensitizing, monitoring, doing everything. They're watching at all times. And censoring, keep in mind, that's where the censoring, that would everything, your amendments, your speech, everything, it's like it's going to have to be filtered to their way of teaching whether you like it. So either you're going to be part of it or you're not. Oh, so you're not going to be part of it. Just keep in mind, this and this and this is going to be removed from you. So what are you going to do?
That's the controlling oligarchy. Listen, the controlling oligarchy is getting $2 trillion a year off of our backs, we the people, we the hosts. They are the parasites sucking the blood from the system like vampires. We need to redirect the flow of this borrowing and spending back to we the people directly. If that means liberty checks, let it be. But this government, you can't trust it. You have to go to Open Secrets and see who your congressional and your senatorial representative is taking money from. That is their paymasters. They are bought and sold whores. You have to be politically aware. The primary is March 17th. Everyone in this room has to be a registered voter. You need to find out who you're voting for and who they're taking money from. Okay, I'm a positive optimist. I'm trying to come up with creative solutions here. If anybody thinks I'm correct, put a 1 in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. Put a 1. 1, 1, 1. And that's all I'm saying. Now is all important. Put a 1 in the chat if you agree with me. You should know who your sponsor, what the sponsored logos are on that jacket of that person you're representing, or who's representing you and that you're paying for. They're borrowing and spending for you. They took you from $100,000 to $400,000 in debt. It's not going away, ladies and gentlemen. You have to be fiscally conservative and financially aware of the situation. This is all dealt with in dollars. We can talk all day long, but the numbers aren't changing. You have to be aware of who you're voting for and who their sponsored companies are behind that person. Go to Open Secrets and look up your congressional representative. Does everybody here know what district they live in? Who's your congressional representative? For federal Congress, go to Open Secrets right now, type their name in, post it to X, post your X handle, follow me on X. We have to get organized and be smarter. I thought yesterday, do you realize that if we go into hyperinflation and there's mass starvation and there's no coming into the country and we're not making our own food, and nobody has any income anymore, do you realize that communication will become a priority? No one will be allowed to speak unless you're begging. Only way you can come on here is you have to convince people why other people need to send you money because you're starving and your children are starving and you're going to die unless you come on the internet and beg for money. That's how bad things get, meaning that we have to prioritize our communication. So if anything is be intelligent, but be politically active, be socially active. That is how real change will happen. You have to create real networks. You have to become a node. You're a communication information warrior and a subject matter expertise. That's what will happen in the future economy, where things will get so bad there will be breadlines and there will be tens of millions of Americans in the street because BlackRock owns all the houses and they're not renting them to you. You never know how crazy things can get, based on the way that the game is played. This is all game theory, ladies and gentlemen. You've all been coming to this app to participate in a game theory, a scientific experiment. What kind of catalyst are you? What kind of properties do you have? What have you been bringing to the table, and what are you taking away? What are you transmitting? What kind of message are you communicating? This is awareness, ladies and gentlemen. It all deals with communication.
So let me tell you one thing. First of all, if it goes to voting and knowing where the hell did it fucking get us, look us on top. Where did it get us? So I think we've been voting for fucking years and go and do this in Congress and all that shit. At the end of the day, they're all over. So even though you take that, you're definitely going to need some backup plan to literally, I know it's a solution, but you're going to, like when you go for pushback, when you're trying to get rid of these, you're going to have major pushback. And you're going to need a whole fucking group and army to figure that shit out because they're all over. And then what good did it get us? Look who we have fucking running this whole States. Oh yeah, the voting did very good. Where the fuck did it get? Look how the shit, more disaster than it is that he's basically destroying from the inside. We got invaded by people in here. The thing is, and you thinking by you take certain people, they're all connected. You're gonna have to go through secrecy and figure out who they all are. They got the backup who's supporting them. You're gonna literally have to fucking clean house, and you know they're not gonna give it to you easy and say, oh, because we're voting. How many voices go up there and fucking vote and look where we're at still? They're doing it for decades. So that angle is not working where we're going at. And you're thinking it's way beyond what we actually think, what these people know and who they're involved. I'm not saying it's fear, but you better have somebody up there really high with a whole bunch of fucking army to clean fucking house. And they ain't gonna give it to you easy. They're all corrupted, especially the people that are supporting them across the fucking seas. And they're in the health, they're in the government, they're in our CIA, FBI, they're about every fucking FEMA, everything that you fucking know. And we got some of our police officers, some of our National Guard, some of the stuff that are even corrupted with the same people. That's a lot of fucking corruption everywhere.
Listen, corruption is around the world. Corruption
is corruption. Let me ask you a question.
Make it pop. Quick question.
But if we're talking about solutions, you're gonna need a big fucking army to clean fucking house.
The only thing
gonna give you a big pushback.
If you want a solution, put all of them in one room, and you already know. So you can't do those things on social media, but you gotta.
It's not gonna happen. I mean, you gotta have better solutions.
That's the only solution.
No, this deals with mind viruses. They've created a mind virus. We are the solution to that mind virus. And because they created a mind virus, we can recreate a new mind virus and take over the... You have to understand, this is a chain of command of communication. And this room right now, and the work that Augustus has done, has proven that you can regime change, that Kamala Harris and Tim Walz are not our leaders. Thank God, because guess what? You think this little conflict with Russia would have de-escalated? It would have escalated beyond belief. They would have plunged us into a world war. That takes the cake. All this debt talk means nothing when a third world war breaks out. And Kamala Harris and Tim Walz could have taken us over the edge because they are that psychopathic, that deranged, that stupid, that manipulated, that whorish. They are bought out little pimps and whores. That's what they are. They are owned by other people. So let me tell you this. Thank God Donald Trump and J.D. Vance are our leaders, because those are men who have some stability behind them, unlike Tim Walz and Kamala Harris, who are bought and paid for whores. They would have destroyed this country and fought the war and fought a World War III.
Oh God, slow down, bro. We understand. Okay, slow down.
Just going on and on.
Real quick, we have conversations here. We don't listen to dissertations and theses.
I don't disagree with you, but we can't have dialogue if we don't come up for air.
Michael, you gotta be clone, brother. We gotta clone you. But at the end of the day, let me ask you a question. People say, "Oh, World War III." Ladies and gentlemen, World War III is right now. There's not one nation on this planet that's not at war or has war-ready ships, armies at their sea. Right now, we're at the Sea of Venezuela. We're at the Sea of Russia. Everybody is ready for war. The war is happening. The war on consciousness is happening.
This is like the best concept.
You wait till this UN.
I hope everybody knows I'm a performative actor.
What they think about
some people might call that being a troll.
Crazy stuff to take the light off of them.
But a lot of people don't like that kind of rhetoric. And that's my game. Everybody is essentially trying to create as much dopamine flare as possible. And this is me being hyperbolic. But still, it's just political, ladies and gentlemen. Don't be upset when I call Tim Walz and Kamala Harris a pimp and a whore. It's called politics. And it's not even that crude.
Prepared for every single little thing that they're gonna come at you. And keep in mind, and even if you take those morons off the fucking top, they still got other minions in the fucking bottom that will replace them easily with the other fucking minions.
Well, this sounds like an Antifa room now, ladies and gentlemen. That was the original title of the room. Who here is an Antifa member? Who here's a radical, violent person? Because that's really what I'm concerned about, is violence. Now, you can try to say I'm going, hyperbolic. I'm just literally, I am an actor. I am a creator. I am an artist. I'm a filmmaker. I'm a politician. I'm a veteran. I'm here to tickle your feather, and I hope you're having fun. Yes, maybe you think I'm being too political, but I'm just here to tell you that if you haven't gone on a walk yet today and you're going to be on this app for 8 hours, it's not good for your health, ladies and gentlemen. Try going to the gym and reading a book.
No, hold on one second. What you said, John. Hold on one second, because what you said is very important. By the way, I've been researching all these conspiracies and everything since the Russian manifestos in the 80s. Where Carl, I forgot his name. All the Bob Akin and all those other crazy people. But you gotta understand one thing. In my journeys, everybody that carries all this information turns crazy. There's a point of no return after you know so much that you can no longer be normal. So, ladies and gentlemen, please do not let this information overload your regular days. Go on your walks. Go do what you got to do in life. And don't let this continue, because it will, because there's no ending to what this is going on. This has been happening for thousands and thousands of years before us, and it will happen for thousands and thousands of years after us. The only advantage that we have is that we can freely communicate with people in different regions and actually report of what is actually really going on, and not depending on a media source to tell us what's going on. That's the only difference. Because if they could do that part right there, the Anne Frank diary, they even said that that's a lie. So at the end of the day, just enjoy the fact that you can speak to people with different...
You're going to downgrade a dead girl who was murdered in an apartment by Nazis? Sir, what's wrong with you? Are you part of Antifa? You're calling Anne Frank a liar? I'm calling you a liar. Pull out Anne Frank's book and read a chapter, dummy. Don't come in here and tell us about Anne Frank's book unless you read a chapter from that book, sir.
I have a question.
We have a right.
Okay. So for me and whoever just got in the room, can you give us a brief recap of what you're talking about? As far as I don't get overwhelmed with this information. Can I sum it up? Please.
They're talking about, and John, lower down the radicalism, my brother. I understand.
Can you let it make it pop to someone if you don't mind, make it pop?
So the thing is, like, I understand, like everybody has a freedom of speech, how to speak, and how everything's being censored. The media doesn't show you everything that's going on. He's talking about voting, and I'm saying my perspective. How many fucking years we've been voting, and we still end up there? They take them down, they replace them. They take them down, they replace them. Where has that gotten us? And look who the world we got right now. And keep in mind, this individual was always talking about he's gonna do this, he's gonna do that. But aftermath, I don't see no solutions coming in, so it's getting even worse. Right?
Can you speak on the $400,000 that you were saying they were gonna owe?
That would be.
Yeah, go to usdebtclock.org. It pulls it out of the treasury.gov API. 7 years ago, it was $100,000, and today it's over $400,000 per American.
Please, John.
Right, instead of being politically giving a damn speech, just talk like a normal human being, bro.
No, he's on a pulpit of or whatever he's on. But hold on 1 second.
Can you speak to the Republican, please?
Listen. When I start getting paid, I start doing what people want me to do. Till then, you gotta get what I want to do or what I'm willing to do. So
okay, so you
So what you're saying is, if you can't be used, you're useless?
Please, I'm begging of you. Listen, when he says 400,000, he's dividing the 45 trillion dollars worth of debt with the population of the United States, and each American, what they will be responsible for. That will be the 400,000.
Oh, so it's nothing written in stone that's coming. It's just
no. It's just dividing the net
Yeah, it's written in stone. It's called math. As he just told you, it's called division. That's a function in mathematics. Go to us.clock.org to see the true financial picture of you, we the people, at an individual per capita level.
Yo, John, the least you could do is a member of the club, bro. That's the least you could do since we got to listen to your rants and to your uncontrollable.
Sir, if you're in a club, I'm not joining it. Hey, Mark, welcome to the stage.
Well, the thing is the crazy thing. Even though they were turning around the debt, if they actually owe, that's the reason why. Would be a better way to hijack and cyber attack all the whole fucking system? You having a fucking track of who owes what, and they would be like, well, do you have a track? Do you have a trace? What they owe, what they don't. That's why they're actually using all the quantum and the fucking AI. It's also trying to race and get.
Let's make room for new speakers. Mark, welcome to the stage. You're running for Congress.
I did that, Augustus. Call me responsible. I did that. In order to keep a space, you have to keep those people out.
You know what's crazy, Sucker Free? You told him that he got, like, the people got to stop people from talking, and then you did the same thing you warned against.
It's okay.
Very, very excellent observation.
But I said that the Johns are crazy everywhere I see. We have Minnesota crazy John, now we got Augustus crazy John.
Because I understand there's some information, but the thing is, he it's like you're hearing a fucking commercial, and he's taking away from whatever he's saying, and he's trying to be humorous at the same time, and he's taking away from the information he's trying to bring in.
What happened to Sucker Free? Did somebody move him or something?
He's still on here?
Bro,
they moved him.
No, somebody did. I didn't do that.
Who kicked him down? Oh, that was not me, Sucker Free. No.
Yeah, y'all be playing too many games with these moderator bags. You said what? You did it?
No. Don't kick anyone, guys, please.
Who kicked him to the bottom?
I don't know, but I'm bringing it back up. Probably whoever he was talking about. Sucker Free, we send you an invite.
Well, the person that he was talking about is not up here or whatever.
So somebody who's a friend of John didn't like it.
I'm here.
Yeah, I hear that you're here, but like we were just trying to figure out who kicked Sucker Free down.
Yeah, somebody kicked.
Well, I'm inviting you to Sucker Free, so yeah, y'all be playing too many games.
There's something real interesting about how this government keeps people in debt. And the rebranding of indentured servants to slavery to being bonded or bonded by debt. If the government is creating debt that keeps us bounded by under their authorities, then the government is the people who shouldn't even. If we're still under colonial rule, there's there's endless possibilities how this government under colonial rule is going to treat humanity. That's why they've been committing crimes against humanity and getting away with it.
Well, Mark is running for Congress here in Illinois. Mark has yet to speak. Mark, I'm wondering, how would you fix the economy?
Free market, baby. All these people that want handouts got to put their hands back in their pockets. And if you work and you try, then you can succeed. That's the American dream. That's what America's all about.
But Mark, we're borrowing $2 trillion a year that we don't have. A lot of that money ends up in the net income of major Fortune 500 corporations. Why are we giving ourselves future tax liabilities to have corporate profits now?
Because they're taxing more, they're giving more fucking money over there supporting Israel and shit, and they're taxing us a lot of fucking shit.
Every dollar we invest in Israel, we get two back. So that's not it. What it is that the Democrats are completely paid and bought by all these special interests. So they're lying there. Look at AOC. She went in. She was worth $5,000. Now she's worth $15 million. They just make money off the deal, and they're bought and paid for by these corporations to pass legislation, which literally is lies. I don't know the difference between these lobby fees or book fees or appearance fees. It's all a scam, and it's unfortunately almost all on the Democrat side, but there's some on the Republican side too.
So
And
if
that's
you
your answer, and they don't care.
if you were
They don't
to
have to bounce. They can
Mark,
just
what
make
district? Mark, what district are you running in? What are your top towns, and what would be your first pieces of legislation you'd like to propose?
I don't think anybody on here is in it, but I'm in the 8th district, which is the west suburbs of Chicago. So it's O'Hare Airport out to Kane County, Cook County, and DuPage County. And my top issues would be to get rid of property taxes altogether and to make sure that border stays shut and we deport all these illegals. And that this will be real popular in this room. So, John, this is the only thing that I bring up, is we want to support Israel to end terrorists and end terror groups like Hamas so that we can live in a free world where we don't have to worry about getting assassinated like poor Charlie just got killed.
You want Israel to do what?
To eliminate all terrorists like Hamas and Hezbollah, and for that matter, Iran.
Okay, so stop right there. I'm stop right there because I want to make sure that I'm understanding who Hamas is. So I'll jump out there because I don't know too much about the situation. So I'll jump out there with my non-education on Hamas. But the first thing I heard about Hamas was that they were a group of people that were, fed up with, everything that's going on in Gaza. Like the black people would be, or like any group that's been oppressed would feel like, uprising. That's what they represent. However, the government has turned them into a terrorist organization. Now, I might have a misunderstanding because that's the first thing I heard about them. But tell me who. I feel like we need an explanation of who Hamas is because I feel like a lot of countries, they'll just label you with some shit and then that allows them to do any and everything they want to you, whether or not you started a certain way, or not. Like, are they like terrorists that just doing shit for no reason? Or who is Hamas?
They're classified as a terror organization, and they've proven that out thousands of times over by killing thousands of innocent.
What was their initial? Like? Why did they?
Sorry for interrupting you. Can I speak up? I'm Palestinian, by the way, and my brother is Hamas. He's working with Hamas. Can I speak up, please? Yeah, I'm Palestinian, and I live in Dubai, Middle East. Let me tell you something. Hamas is not a insurgency group. Hamas is not an insurgency group. They're defending for the innocent people in Gaza Strip. And because they don't have a country, they don't have a system, and they don't want to live a peaceful life. And I have cousins and family have been killed every moment. I have around 20 cousins. And I have like a cousin who's 4 years old has been slaughtered. And they're sending me a video. I can share it with you.
Okay, pause it. Stop right there. Okay, so Mark gave his. One second, I'm going somewhere with this. So Mark gave his explanation, which is, the rhetoric that we hear every day. And then Positive, whoever he is, came on here and gave his rhetoric, which is also something we hear. My thing is, in this room, we're set for freedom. We represent freedom. We represent positivity, love, trying to get out of this matrix, all that bullshit, right? So if I'm a black woman, right, and all my black people, we get tired of the oppression that we suffered over thousands of years, and we decide to rise up out of this system. We decide to do something about that. Will we then be considered, after all the bullshit that has been done against us, would we then be considered a terrorist organization?
Domestic terrorists.
Yes,
domestic terrorists.
Yeah.
Can I jump in?
So what are we talking about?
You're in tolerant of people.
Hold on, Mark. I'm gonna jump in.
And yes, if you think gays in buildings.
Guys, please join. One person can talk, please.
Yeah, hold on.
One person can talk.
Hold on, Em. Hold on. We're going to give you the mic. Please don't leave. Go ahead, Em.
I just want to simply say, my understanding that Hamas was a terrorist organization, they were deemed a terrorist organization for a very, very long time. Then the politics changed, and they formed a separate Hamas political organization.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's pretty sticky. Number one there, Billy.
Yep.
It was designated a terrorist group by the United States for many years, and then Obama took them off that designation and then allowed them to party here in the United States. I don't know if you guys knew that.
Yep.
In fact, we had a Muslim Brotherhood working in the administration under Obama, which I actually had many conversations with via Twitter. So, yes,
Muslim Brotherhood.
Now we're talking.
Which Muslim Brotherhood?
What do you mean, which?
Muslim Brotherhood is a group established in Egypt in 1937.
Yeah.
They migrated to the U.S. and they come from a very rich family. I get supported. Yeah, and they have it's a group. Have some certain ideology. It's a kind of radical ideology. I agree.
They were Saudi Arabians, the individuals in there.
It's not Saudi Arabia, it's a different thing. Saudi Arabia is Wahhabism.
They were banned.
So I hope we realize, I just wanted to fit in taking in all these opinions from my question.
Him was speaking.
Well, I just want to jump in here really quick and just finish it. Because people were jumping in on me as well, right? And I don't mind that. So I'm flowing and going. So I just want to complete it by saying, I feel like we're just really fucked because at any time, if we feel like we're going to rise up and we're going to, protect ourselves and start doing something, we're going to be labeled as domestic terrorists or whatever. What?
But let me tell you something. I have a brother. My brother is working in Hamas, and I support them. So I have some questions because I want to tell you the truth. So please answer me sincerely, unbiased answer. Don't clutch on something. So the first question is, what basis do you call Hamas our terrorist group? What basis you're saying they are terrorists?
We're only getting that identity or that classification from the media. Our government is classifying them as terrorists.
Forget that. Fuck the media. I mean, so what are what the situation, the proof that those people are doing some terrorism act?
So we got two things in there. So we got two things. One, the media and our president and the way it is working. We understand. This is why we know that the media lies in the only show, and we're understanding there is false prophets or people within certain people's religion that are actually saying they're actually that religion when they're not, and they come in and invade. So this is where you got two sides fighting in the same thing, just like the Muslims. The Muslim with the individual also said, right, they had some individuals that they're saying they're Muslim and they're not Muslim. So now people thinking that the bad guys. So you got two people. It's the way and so this side it wants to. It's like everybody's pointing fingers, and we got psyops in every direction. That's the problem. And the media shows it, and our government backs it up. So we're being lied to, but we're also seeing it. It's not that way, and we're understanding there's other people who are speaking, and there's some places saying, "Hey, it's not us. We got integrated." There's somebody else also saying that they're part of us when they're not. So those are false people. I mean, this is where these wars are at, and this is where their jobs. So many of them spread out, and we know there is also the Muslim Brotherhood that's in here, which there's another one iterating here, waiting for other orders to come. So there's a lot of mixture of this shit. So we're in the same way as you guys are being told, and we're being told differently. So there's a problem. That's why and they censor everything. And I understand with number one or whatever name that if we do, that's what I was telling John. I understand if we go up and sit there and rise up and say, since they changed the fucking laws and we speak up, we're going to be getting anything that demolishes the government, goes against it, we're going to be considered, like it says, domestic terrorists. So now they changed the law, anything that...
Well, listen, all I'm saying is that all communication matters. And I would just say eliminate profanity from your verbal diet altogether. My dad told me like a couple of years ago, he said, John, you're using the F word a lot. You're using a lot of profanity. He's like, just don't do that anymore. I was like, oh, shit, you're right. Oops, I just did it again. So the point is, don't step in your own dog shit.
voting is not going to do anything at all here. It hasn't got us anywhere. As well as other people being attacked and they're being turned against each other. There's people invading here. They have the same thing in here. I understand we actually need what type of resources that we need that will back up if we do decide, right, as a people, because they're gonna go after us individually, right? So, and you know, when you go against something, you're gonna have pushback. So if you would sit there, somebody give me the right suit, I guarantee I can gather a lot of people down here. We need, what is it that we actually need the right way to use their own laws against them instead of them using it against us before we rise and we do speak up.
They already under Biden said they Catholics were terrorist organizations, parents were a terrorist group. DHS put out a memo back in 2022 labeling us that. So the label is just one thing, positive. And so truth be told, I put a link in there that the origins of Hamas, and just like the origins of the Mujahideen, which turned into the Taliban, built with the Mujahideen, right?
Listen, I just wanna tell you guys a good quote.
Supposedly tied back to, like, say if, like one Billy said, like we was doing XYZ trying to protect ourselves, they'd be like, oh, we could track them back to terrorism this far back too. So at the end of the day, and then you talk about the Taliban or whatever, I don't think negatively of those people. Like, I don't really think that they did anything to us. I don't think they blew up the World Trade Centers. They just gave them a fucking label and said they were the worst people in the world. Like,
listen, you guys can talk about Israel all day long. I'm not trying to interrupt your conversation. I'm trying to literally just provide a little basis of wisdom or joy or stability in the communication from me. The only gift I can give the people is a positive attitude and a little wisdom, and maybe just encourage you all to take the deepest breath of the day.
Sugarcoating everything because you sugarcoat everything and there's no damn solution. And voting up there, how many times do people go up there and vote?
You know, I don't own a candy shop, and I don't like candy, and you can call me a sugar pop. But make it pop, I don't really care if I talk over you or anybody else as long as I'm allowed to speak. That's called my freedom of speech.
At the end of the day, like I said, where has it gotten us? Actually need right solutions, right things, because it's coming from everywhere. We're stuck in the middle. And these people are thinking we can go up and vote. How many
That's the take, ladies and gentlemen.
Look who we have on top. And they're censoring everybody. I'm sorry.
Green beans.
Hold on, somebody speaking.
It gets very frustrating. I've been doing this 5 years. It always falls. You have spin meisters coming up.
Green bean fascism. Have a good day. There are no gentlemen here.
I can admit that Israel funded and started certain clerics that evolved into Hamas. That's fair. Okay? But if we can't have an honest dialogue about our countries that we love, then we got nothing. We're just rambling on. So I appreciate you, John. I appreciate you positive. But it is what it is.
A lot of you brought up the year 2022. A lot of things happened between that year and 2023. Dealing with the Vatican or the infiltrators, the people who did the Spanish Inquisition. There's that nature. People calling it the doctrine of discovery. That would be the origin and all the subsidiaries created after the doctrine of discovery came here would be the start. My observation.
Shut the room down. I'll be back later with another title. Thanks everybody for joining. If you're new, please join Preservation of the Human Race. And I'll catch you guys later. Peace.
Salute.
Now, but that's how we're trying to fix it. So, no, it's not.
That's a tape!
I know why y'all do this, bro.
it's very simple. They aren't screened out, so that is a unsupported premise. They are.
That's a JohnForCongress.com preservation of the human race video. Dude.
Quite powerful people. They would just never hire anyone that they didn't want to hire or look like them or whatever, right? They just decide, no, I'm not doing it. I'll just not do it. They're racist. And what's so crazy is that I looked up the numbers. There's 691 reported pilots in the country. I don't know how many of them are commercial pilots, but we know if they were to like broaden their search to the entire world and every crevice and corner of the world, or if they decided that they were gonna like create their own minor league where they themselves funded all the up and coming pilots, which I'm sure they could if they wanted to. Then they could ensure that all pilots from now in perpetuity were good, clean whites and no one else. That's the world they could devise if they were left to their own devices. So, and I think some people would have no problem with that, and you're getting pushback on that. Thank you. Have a nice.
Thank you, Congress. That was a beautiful submission. Because what you guys don't understand, the world is still racist. Even in the military, all our training facilities in the military have what you call blind testing. That an instructor grades a test, no idea whose paper he's grading. He can't mark somebody down. And there's a separate entity that really collects the information from that profession and then assigns the names to the grades. So therefore, they found out that in the past, teachers who didn't like black people would fail black people just because. And y'all don't realize the fact that when we look at pilots, it's about their IQ, how smart they are. And it's not about that we're not looking for dumb black people to be pilots. We're looking for the smartest of black people to be pilots. So when you meet a black pilot, bow down, because they're actually really intelligent people. Because we went to all those schools and picked the smartest black person we could find to be pilots. And they did that during the Tuskegee Airmen, because that's why the Tuskegee Airmen had a higher passing score average than any of the white pilots during World War II, because we took the criminal crop blacks. But y'all have somehow think that somehow if you're a black pilot, you're less qualified. But history proves otherwise. That we always put the criminal crop black people. But you don't want to admit that. You don't want to admit that. All you want to do is to talk around it and don't admit the actual truth. And I'm giving you examples.
You acknowledge
to back up what I'm saying.
All right, you acknowledge the blind test, right? You acknowledge in the military there's a blind test where people aren't able to identify who it is for the test may be objective. What I'm saying is once you submit a addition to the requirement as far as it is a survey, for you to reveal your identity, it is no longer a blind test. Do you agree?
But you don't understand. What are you talking about? I'm talking about a blind test.
Yeah, boy. That was an easy one.
No, you didn't make any sense, Someone, the professor will never know who's test. Because hold on. Let me explain it to you fully. Let me explain.
You didn't hear what I said, so I just want to repeat what I said. You said that in the military there's a blind test and you're for that. You agree with that. So there's no biases that are involved. It's straight.
Exactly.
All right. So in this, this is for the air traffic controllers. It's the class action lawsuit right now. There was a survey that revealed your identity and your social, whatever, right? It revealed it to be a part of the application process with your resume. Why is it important if what we want is the blind test that you just described?
So you want to? I am okay with that. That's what I want.
Because I told you agree with Charlie Kirk. I told you.
You guys know, but listen. I came from a military where if you saw me, you'd be like, "Oh, he's not one of the better officers." Actually, I was an awesome officer. And the point here being is that throughout my whole military training, all my whole career, all the tests were blind tests. And guess what? I was officers with white people. And majority of the times I graduate ahead, number one in my classes, ahead of everyone else. So, but you would see me would you see me in an Air Force uniform and say, "Oh yeah, he's a major, he's a B class major, he's black"? Of course, racist people would do that. Because guess what? Racist people don't know. Hold on, racist people think they know how the process works, how a hiring and trading process works, and what Charlie Cook was doing was reducing someone's color entirely. We're not talking about. He basically says, as a black pilot, you're less qualified. Did he say that? Did he say that black pilots are less qualified? Did he say that? Did he say that he would wonder that no, answer that question. Answer that question. You know, answer the question. Answer the question. Answer the question. Answer the question. Did Charlie Kirk not say that a black pilot is less qualified than a white?
No. Right. No, he didn't.
You see, guys looking at the semantics of what he says because you guys are booty clapping, but we all know what he said because guess what? He inferred that. And y'all just bullshitting around. He did infer it, but he did infer it. He did. So you guys have been honest, and I'm done having a conversation with y'all.
All right.
You guys are right.
No, because what I don't.
Please, let me finish.
Let Simone go. I don't have to see.
All right. So hold on, come on. ML just said that with the actual testing in the military, it was a blind test. So that if you are to be the top of your class, people can look at the actual testing and be like, yeah, you earned that, right? He earned that because it's a blind test. If we were to show you that there is a test that factors in identity, then you no longer can say that that's a blind test. So by your own admission, we should be able to question it because it's not a blind test.
No,
if it's a blind test, hold on. Listen to him.
Hold on, ASB. Let's not finish, then I'm going to have to smoke.
And Mel said, throughout his career, he was
had blood to defend it.
Testing. Testing. Hey.
Hey, Ellie, can you hear me?
Yeah, hello? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Hey, how's your morning or afternoon going now?
So far, so good. How about yourself?
Good. I was in Augustus's Preservation of the Human Race, having a lot of fun on this app earlier. What have you been doing this
week? Just nothing really today. So far, I have plans after I get off the phone with you, but so far, not much.
We have 300 signatures in Rockford. I invited the team lead in Rockford to come to this room. I don't know her availability. I don't know if she's working or. Anyways, we have. We're going to get 200 more signatures this week, and Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, I have to drive up there and pick up the petitions. I'm not sure if I'm going to stay because even last night my car battery died, so like I'm probably going to have to schedule something at Firestone or rent a car to drive up there. But she's done great work. She enlisted her husband, her neighbor, and they live near a mall, so they've been able to get a lot of signatures in the evening times. And just based, go ahead.
What city? What city was that?
Rockford.
Rockford, yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, cool.
So the other town to hit up is Peoria, and I mean I'm gonna go down there soon. But the Bloomington trip was a success, and people are excited to sign. And as soon as you let somebody know, hey, this is a petition to get rid of Darren LaHood, they go, give me that, and they sign right away.
That's
so
awesome.
people are very much opposed to the sound Darren LaHood.
Yeah.
And we'll see how it goes. There's another Republican running. I think 4 other Democrats, but October 27th is our cutoff. I'd like to get as many signatures as possible. But this is an onboarding room. Anybody who is working for the campaign to get petitions has to get dragged through Clubhouse. Some people, part of this is a filtration and a quality thing because a lot of people actually are incapable of downloading the app and actually coming into this room. And that's, basically because some people have really shitty phones. And so that this is all just about filtration. But the purpose of the room is to we both introduce ourselves and then we state 3 objectives or priorities that we think the government should have for we the people.
Okay. So quick introduction, I guess I should give, for myself.
Sure, you can go.
So my name is Eli. I was born and raised in Chicago. My dad came straight from Israel, and he, when he came to this country, he opened up a couple of businesses, some of which I've worked at. One of which was, I'd say, quite large. I spent the last 4 years or so working at his restaurant in Missouri, and now I'm back in Chicago. I'm kind of new to politics, I guess you could say, and I'd like to start, I'd like to start in that, getting into politics more.
Yeah, being political is really just being social. I worked for the American Jewish Committee in Los Angeles, and the whole point is to be social. So basically, you can help de-escalate conflict, de-escalate propaganda, stuff like that. So it's all communication, and being social is being political is being social. And with that type of attitude, you can go far in life and in politics because life is, it's all connected. So thanks for being here.
I'm pretty good at talking, I think. I'm good at like communicating. I'm good with talking to people. I'm a little nervous about stepping into politics and the whole world of politics because it's like I said, it's a little new to me. But I'm excited to see what I can do, and I think I could be a force to reckon with. When it comes to like getting signatures, I'm pretty sure people will like me.
Yeah, I agree. And if you bring a positive vibration, and you bring flowers and you bring love, it's always returned. It's the bring hate and divisiveness and bad temperament and bad attitude. That those flowers of evil are returned. So basically the system gives you, or you get from the system what you give it.
I totally understand where you're coming from with that. 100%. 100% agree.
So, this is my intro. I live in Chicago, 42, was in the Army National Guard from 2002 to 2006, was a sergeant, and in 01, a second lieutenant, did infantry and intelligence. I've worked in digital marketing, communications, media buying, for 15 years, and then I worked in federal facilities management for 5 years. And now I'm running for Congress. And I think, we have a 1 in 10 chance of winning. And I'm happy with just a 10% odds on this investment. I don't expect to invest more than a couple thousand personally into this campaign. We've raised 600. But Clubhouse can be a great place to do fundraising because we got $600 to already prove those numbers. So if you want this job of gathering petitions, part of it, hopefully, you'll do fundraising on this app or hold content creation rooms and discuss topics like Israel and Palestine. You may want to create another burner account if you don't want to use your legal name or your picture and all that stuff. Anonymity, I would say, is on your side of the equation. So it's up to you. But I would love it if you'd want to do that. You don't have to do it because the truth is it does need signatures.
That does sound good.
Yeah. So there's a lot of ways you can play this because if you can fundraise, that means, now you're a super campaigner and, everything gets paid for. So, but that's, my introduction, that's my background, that's the operations. And my 3 priorities. Oh, do you want to tell us your 3 priorities if you were the president of the United States?
I did not say that. Yeah. First, to speak on the thing that you were just talking about, yes, I would absolutely be down to host rooms and speak. And I think that I can be very... I think I can make those rooms pretty big. I have a good feeling about it. I've never done it before, but I do have confidence in my ability to do that. As far as if I were president and what 3 things do I want to accomplish in this country, let me see. I mean, I feel like I want to give that a little bit of thought before I jump to a response. There are a couple of things that I find very important. Let me hear yours, and then maybe I can. It'll help me with my answer here.
Number 1 priority is to lower your personal debt and to lower your public debt per capita at the state and federal levels. Lower your property taxes, lower your income taxes. And stop borrowing and spending and giving you more taxes by giving Fortune 500 tax through the Big Beautiful Bill. Those would be my 3 priorities if I was a fiscally minded conservative and want to bring before the Congress a balanced budget act.
Makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I'm trying to come up with 3 things that if I were president, what would I want to do? First, I think, we should have strong foreign relations. I think that in the previous 4 years before we had the current president, we had some pretty not so good foreign relations. I was not impressed. And I do think that directly impacts our country, how we are, you know what I mean? In addition to that, I would say, yeah, I mean, having more money in the pockets of Americans, I guess, is a priority for me. It's something that makes a lot of sense. And I do think that each and every individual has the capability of doing that. In Chicago, for sure, we have a problem with homelessness that's, I'd say, kind of problematic. I'd like to see the streets of Chicago cleaned up, less violence that we have constantly. And I guess those are my 3 things.
Foreign relations. Yeah, that sounds good. Foreign relations, economy, and homelessness.
Basically.
In terms of priorities, what's the number one priority? Homelessness, economy, or foreign relation?
Probably economy.
Because you think a good economy will solve the other 2.
But yeah, there's a very high potential for that to be true, yes.
Yeah. You know, one of my favorite equations in physics was for velocity and distance over time.
Yeah.
And how you can rearrange 3 variables to find out any other variable. So, yeah, I wish you well in Clubhouse. You know, there's a lot of rooms that go on, and you can click that link above. That's the link to the campaign fundraiser. And if you go into any rooms and you have a debate, you can put in your profile that, you know, you are a campaign organizer for candidate John Kitover. You know, your word-to-word or ear-to-ear marketing on this app can raise hundreds of dollars, but you have to give calls to action and say, hey, take your finger, click that link above. You can pay via Apple Pay. You can pay with credit card. You know, walk people through it via communication with your words, and it will go far. And you can experiment with that and have fun with that. And every dollar you raise, you're going to spend out in the field getting signatures if you're available and when you want to do it. You know, I'm trying to get Zach Ruda out here from Portland, Maine, and he's doing that, and he's fundraising on this app. So he's trying to get out here so we can get a rental car and a hotel to go to Rockford in October. But this app, you know, it can be great for fundraising, and there's a lot of rooms out there, and you can create your own rooms, and I will come to your rooms. Just text me a link to your room and create a room title, you know, the ultimate Israel-Palestine debate part 2, things like that. Come up with creative titles, use news, things in the news, talk about how the Gaza's internet is down, how the Gaza has no cell phones anymore, you know, be relevant, be news, basically journalist and be a campaign organizer and fundraiser.
Yes. I think that sounds like a fun venture for me.
Yeah, run with it. My favorite movie is Excalibur, you know. He says, I give you the right to bear arms and dispense justice. Rise, King Arthur! You know, like, go out, be a social audience in shining armor, and, you know, have fun in the campaign to elect candidate John Kitover to the 16th district. This is your official onboarding.
Awesome. That sounds awesome. That sounds awesome.
Okay, cool. Yeah, invite your friend too. I think I met him at that event at
yes.
Playbook.
Yeah. That's he's got his own business going on, and I don't think he's very tech savvy like I am. He doesn't really he might be using Snapchat once in a while.
Well, invite him on Clubhouse. Come invite him to one of your rooms. If when you create a room, just text him the link and say, hey, I'm hosting this room for that guy at that event we met.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Okie dokie. Well, any other comments, questions, ideas, or opinions?
Yeah, just so going forward, what do you expect out of me aside from hosting Clubhouse rooms and bringing people to the website that you linked?
You have a car, right?
I do. I have a pickup truck with one extra seat.
Yeah, I mean, you can go to Rockford anytime you want. The problem is, like, paying for your hotel room for one night would be possible. You just pick a weekend you want to go. I can pay for your gas, I can pay for your hotel, and I can pay for one meal. And the goal would be to get 100 signatures a day. It's a lot of work, and you'd have to find an event. We'd have to really coordinate it. But you can bring a battle buddy with you if you want.
It does sound nice. You buy me a hotel, but I also don't mind necessarily sleeping in my car as long as if I was by myself, it's possible I can spend one night in my car. It's not a big deal.
Oh no, don't worry about it. The campaign has enough money to pay for a hotel for one night, so
Okay.
It wouldn't be the greatest hotel in town, but it'll be a clean room and a good hotel at least. So, but if you went for one night or two nights, like let's say, we'd have to look at the calendar because I took a screenshot. There's a Rockford website with all the major events in the months of September and October.
Okay.
So let me text you that link, and then you'll look at your schedule and we'll figure out which event would be the best signature gathering events to go to.
I'll carve out some time for it. That sounds like a fun thing to do. I love Rockford anyway. It's a beautiful area.
Yeah, 2 hours away. It's I think Rockford is how we get on the ballot, because Peoria and Bloomington are much further drives, and Rockford is the number one town. And I bet you, I don't know what the favorability ratings are, but I bet you he has a much higher favorability rating in Peoria than he does in Rockford. So Rockford is a way to possibly win this.
You're saying he's more favorable in Rockford?
No, less.
Okay.
He's probably hated in the north and loved in the south because he gives the farmers, fucking hundreds of billions in soybean tax credits and everything else. Like,
I see.
He's juiced in probably in southern Illinois, but not. People in the north probably dislike him, and he doesn't represent them in the way that he represents people in the south. So there's this natural division, which this is all hypothetical. I don't know if this is true, but it's a story, so I'm going with it.
It sounds good.
It sounds good. Yeah, North versus South. It's like a civil war. I mean, this is the type of news headlines I want to create. And you can also create stuff on X for the campaign. So I definitely need social media content people out there tagging me, creating content, posting news, and then going through Darren LaHood's X account. Go look at his replies, comment on his posts, and say, I think candidate Congressman John Kitover is a much better option for the voters of the 16th district. Like, nobody's doing that kind of campaigning for me. So if you want to be that pen warrior, that's really what I need, is a pen warrior. And whether it's petitions on the paper or creating controversial content and attack ads on the internet, stirring the pot.
Yeah,
I have no problem stirring the pot because we are in a true fiscal crisis, and they're not going to turn back. They're just going to keep borrowing and spending. And so I think we have no choice but to stir the pot. So if you can stir the pot, you'll be a much more effective political organizer and campaign organizer for this campaign.
That sounds like that sounds very good. That sounds like something I would need to work towards a little bit by just getting started, at least with Clubhouse and I'll need to make that. I might want to make that how did you put it, for a different account?
You can be anonymous and use
Anonymous.
a pen name.
Yeah.
It's called a nom de plume, name of the pen. Like, you don't have to use your legal name. You can use an alias account. So
if I had one of those, I'd be much more confident in my I'd have a farther reach. I think I can make it happen.
Yeah, I do have a burner phone, and I can set one up for you, and it'll be like your official, campaign cell phone.
That would be fine. I would totally be down to do that with you. That sounds like my a preferred method for me.
Okay, well then, before you go to Rockford, I'll have the phone set up for you, and you can create content when you get to Rockford.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah. Okay, let's do that. All right. Well, let me text you the Rockford calendar, and that will be our next steps.
Okay. I'm looking forward to going down to Rockford and collecting over 100 signatures and so forth.
Okay, sounds good.
We said 100 signatures per day.
100 a day
At least.
would be fantastic.
All right.
It would be a miracle. 100 a day is a great number.
I will look forward to it. That sounds like
okay. Fun. Okay, sounds good. Talk to you soon.
All right. Bye.
Okay, bye.
Just knew they was about to get paid, and I had to break it to him, man. That's a scam. What? And I pulled that shit up on the computer, man. He was sick, but he still believed. He was borrowing money from everybody. Just saying, help these people.
Well, no, I'm not saying intuitively. I'm not talking about intuitively.
Oh, you mean what? Morally? Because I still think that's the same thing, right? I think that'd be morally not okay to do that. Legally, I mean, we don't really. I don't know that that's been addressed. But yeah, I mean, morally.
So what's the tipping point to say? Okay, I got a computer on my. If I go and grab all the components, and I make a computer. I can get a hammer and smash it, right? And I didn't do anything wrong. But there's something where you say there's a transition point when something's imbued upon that I can no longer, upon the very thing that I created, that I can't smash it anymore. So what is that transition point?
Yeah. Well, just to be clear, when I was bringing up that example of concrete, I actually am not of the opinion that something that we can create some sentient. I mean, I'm not persuaded this is true. We can create a sentient AI being. I think sentience has to do with God, ensouling a human. So I don't think that that's a barrier that we can cross, but a lot of other people do. So I was just trying to appeal to that to see how concrete would deal with that example. Just to be clear, he bypassed it entirely. He's like, I'm not going to deal with that. That's too gross. I don't let such nasty enter my mind. Like, shut the fish up.
My thought process, though, is we do have, as a believer, more specifically, that God does have the ability to do with his creation whatever he wants. Now, an atheist may not, somebody else may not, but we...
Yeah, but that's through special revelation, right? And through reasoning about who God is. But that's not from just some intuition that you have right out the gate, right? I mean...
Sorry, Z.
I had a day job, but this was like supplemental income, so I was getting to it.
What are you doing, Boo Boo?
You're always doing this stupid ass shit.
What are you doing, Boo Boo?
What'd you say?
I said, what are you doing, Boo Boo? I'm campaigning over here. I'm running for Congress. I am. I just had an onboarding session with a young man who is going to go get 100 signatures a day and create content online.
Are you dead ass? You're running for Congress?
I'm dead ass like that ass.
No, be honest.
Yeah, I've seen your bikini photos. Wow, a supermodel, a glamour model, the most beautiful woman on Clown House. You get the Clubhouse Queen Award, baby.
You're such a liar. You're not.
Dynamite!
So are you running as a Republican or a Democrat?
Republican.
So this is for the air traffic controllers.
Yeah. On Jesus' name, amen.
Say, on Jesus' name, I'm running for Congress.
On Jesus' name, I'm running for Congress. Hallelujah. Amen.
You're not religious.
Amen. Listen, this is your Declaration of Independence. The times, places, and manner of holding elections for senators and representatives shall be prescribed in each state by the legislature that
Wait, I have a question. If you're running for Congress, what is the process of running for Congress? How does it work?
You file with the Federal Election Commission on their website. That's it. That's your...
File with the Federal Election Commission? How does that work?
It's a website. It's you just declare that you're running, and you have to submit a financial disclosure, and you have to submit campaign fundraising disclosures, and then you have to get media, and you have to get people to sign petitions and get the minimum number of...
You need a financial disclosure of what?
Your assets.
What if you
Well, then there's nothing to declare. You just declare nothing. Yeah, anybody can run, and there's no filing fee in my state. Some states have filing fees, but what you have to do is you have to get petition signatures, and whether it's 500, 1,000, or 5,000, and so my number is about 700, and I have to get 700 confirmed signatures by October 27th and turn that into the Illinois Election Commission. Mm-hmm.
So why don't you get the signature yourself?
I am. I have been getting signatures myself.
That would be better instead of onboarding somebody to do it.
Well, I need agents to go out to gather signatures, and that's what I've been doing. I've been using Clubhouse to onboard people as the conference call platform, and creating content.
Can you onboard me?
Well, where do you live?
I don't live in Chicago.
Well, you just have to be able to get to Rockford, Peoria, Bloomington. Those three cities have almost 450,000 people. So.
Well, I can't get there.
Well, then, baby, I can't onboard you. All I can do is sit here and chat with you and tell you how pretty you are, boo-boo.
No.
You're the prettiest girl on Clubhouse, boo-boo.
Can I work for you when you become president? Or not president. Hello, John? 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 Hello? John? Hello? Hello? John? John?
So in this message for the air traffic controllers will be contextual to right now. There was a survey that revealed your identity and your social whatever, right? It revealed it to be part of the application process for the resume. Why hasn't it coordinated will be one is the vice application process.
So you want to? I'm okay with that. That's what I want. I told you guys. You guys, no, but listen. I came from the military where if you saw me, you'd be like, oh, someone in the officers. Actually, I was working with. Just the door.
Quiet today. I'm surprised.
That is correct.
How are the signatures going?
It's going good. We're going to get another 200 signatures this week, and then take a little pause, and then start up again next week.
How many signatures do you need?
We need about 700.
Okay.
We're at 330.
So how?
Not really, because a lot of those signatures are bad, I'm sure. So we have to try to get to like 1,000 to, have a mark there. People pretty much challenge every signature. No, I only know them. I know Max through a conservative club here in Chicago set up by another Jew who's far more intelligent than any of us. His name is Zach Shapiro. He's a very successful young man at Morningstar. And that's how I know Max and Mark. And Max had run for Congress. And, I wouldn't really call him a help. And I certainly wouldn't really call him, a campaign manager. He runs a website called Illinois Record. He's a journalist. So, recently I was on NPR. You can see my PCR here. I'll put the link in the chat. But he did point out that the journalist that did the audio overlay on this NPR interview, she really dislikes Darren LaHood, who I'm running against. So they gave me publicity as a Republican candidate because they hate Darren LaHood that much. Well, I'm not running in Chicago. I'm running in the north and south of Illinois, from Rockford to Peoria. So this is the center core of America. We're talking about areas that are not as luxurious as Chicago. And it's the Midwest. It's the core of America. It's farmers. It's small towns with 5,000 people in it with an old antique, 1860 town. There's 50 of them. So it's the core of Illinois. And I will tell you, poverty is everywhere. And, everybody is claiming that the rent is too high. And you know what? The rent is too high. Well, why? It's the economy, stupid.
The Yemenites just launched another missile. It was intercepted. Alarms were set in many places in Israel.
I got the notification on my phone.
I mean,
What did it say, Daniel? It said, bling, 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 bling.
Is it in Jerusalem?
What?
Is it in Jerusalem? Are there sirens?
No. It's intercepted. But earlier, there was a drone that actually did hit outside of a hotel in Eilat. And in the morning, there was an aid worker that murdered 2 Israelis in a aid corridor.
What? In Gaza?
No, it's an aid corridor from Jordan. It was basically.
Did they kill them? They murdered them?
yeah,
He murdered 2.
And a Jordanian went into an aid corridor to kill 2 people.
Wasn't it? They opened up the doors to let them go.
He came in from Jordan. He was hired by the Jordanian military, and he came in with a truck from Jordan to Israel to go to Gaza. And in the checkpoint, he basically stabbed and shot 2 people.
Well, that's the end of that checkpoint.
Yeah, now it's closed. Yes. They will basically start the story from Israel decided to close the checkpoint in Jordan. Like Israel launched an offensive on 8th of October 2023.
Because of 2 injuries. It's so insane how they never help themselves. They always do the wrong thing. They always make it worse. Oh my God.
And that's an aid worker, the aid workers. Israel.
Who are they working for? What NGO?
I don't know. I don't know, actually. No, this one was working for the Jordanian army. He was hired by the Jordanian army, but I don't know if it's via a third-party NGO or not. And basically,
they killed him, right? Or no?
Yes, Israel took him down.
And Israel kind of lacks the security measures in Jordan to kind of pass it to the Jordanian army, like trusting them. But now I guess that is also over. Yeah, everything is so.
The King Abdullah say? Abdullah. Has he put out a statement? Have they said anything?
They need. I don't know if they have a statement, but they need to do like an inquiry and submit the results to us. But I don't know when. But until then, like it's gonna be closed.
Yeah, you should. As it should be.
And then after they will submit the inquiry, Israel will decide how to what measures they would want to apply to kind of make it safe. It's not the first time that it's happening. It happened
It's not the first time that aid workers have attacked?
Yeah, in the crossing in Jordan. It already happened. Don't remember, I think a year ago that
Actually, I remember the riots or something like this.
No, he came in and also started firing at people. And they killed 3 or 2 Israeli employees that they work for aid distribution and drivers and stuff like this, not military target. Those that actually are in charge of it's so stupid. Those are the people that are actually in charge of providing the humanitarian corridor to Gaza and providing them with aid. And these are the people that
you're telling.
It's so, everything is so twisted and no one cares. It's so insane.
And it's as soon as they hear, they'll go straight, it's Israel's fault.
No, even if it's not Israel, but Israel also kills. But
yeah. There's nothing you can do to satisfy them.
No, I'm not trying.
Yeah.
Fuck them.
Yeah.
Some of them literally, because some of them maybe this will help them if they will actually get
I don't think so.
Some.
Not much faith for that society.
Oh, speaking of.
Oh, the naked guy.
This is for you.
Oh no, I don't want this. Return it. No, thank you.
Mazel tov, my niggas. L'chaim.
My name is Slim Shady. My name is Slim. What the hell's that picture? What in the meth is going on here?
Hold on. Why do you have hot sauce in your bathroom? Everything else makes sense.
It's barbecue.
Yeah, but why? Don't you have enough bottles?
No, that's my soap.
Hey, you barbecue your pee-pee?
Makes sense.